Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so this is me walking down the street back to the same place I went yesterday because I forgot some stuff. That's what I get for not making a list. But one would think I would make a list today, but I walked out and did it again. But I know what I need to get. I have it in mind. Grabbing myself some breakfast, oatmeal, as I always eat, and possibly some more carved turkey meat because that was pretty good. It went well with my stuff. Then I probably want to also go down to my little corner place where I get my fruit and stuff, and maybe buy myself some more of that bread that I enjoyed so very much. That bread lasts forever too, man. I was eating huge pieces of that stuff every day, and it lasts almost 2 weeks. So I mean, that's just a great value right there, Armenian bread. So yeah, I kind of want both. I don't know if I'm gonna walk to both today, but it's so much cooler today than it's been. So much cooler than it's been, man. We're looking at possibly not even 80 degrees today, so I'm feeling good about that. As opposed to what it's been these last couple of days. It's been above 90 and got all the way up to 98 on Saturday. So we're back to normal here. It's almost noon, and it ain't that hot at all, really. So yeah, hopefully that's a sign of things to come. I think it actually is. I think it's pretty much going to be like this for the rest of the week. I hope it is, man. But yeah, I feel good, man. Listen to that video that I just made, and you know, I just hope that I was able to reach some people in a positive light and give them ultimately what it is that I have to give them in regards to helping us with our image and helping us with ultimately our representation and how we view others, and etc. Holding those accountable who invest in the image, the negative images of our various peoples. We got to be careful not to believe that stuff. There are going to be examples of that where it will be the case, but there are going to be more examples where it is not, and we need to be open-minded is to say that there's good and bad everywhere, and that's essentially the message that I was trying to make come to life in my video in that previous one. But I can tell you, man, I'm still a little disappointed in myself for not necessarily having my financial circumstance manifested right now, not necessarily being as proactive as one would normally be in a circumstance I'm in. I just think that's the problem, you know. That is the problem. I struggle with that aspect of myself, as we talk about very regularly, but at the same time, you know, I'm doing other things, and those other things are starting to do well, man. I have crossed over the 1,000 like mark on Sketch a Day, the application where you submit your daily art pieces. They'll give you a word, and then they'll want you to sketch something around that word. And I told you guys I never do that. What I do is I just give them what I already have. And since I have so many pieces, I usually am able to find about 3 pieces that match what it is that they're talking about, which I think ain't nothing but God when you consider that I don't really draw anything. It's just a bunch of swiggly lines and random stuff. You know, I'm not really an artist that can draw you or draw myself or nothing like that. I just do a lot of swiggly lines, plaid type stuff. That's what I can do. And so when it comes to that, somehow I'm able to find pieces that people can relate to these words or match with these words every day. And I'm on a nice little streak. I haven't missed a day. I'm almost reaching my month streak. I ain't missed a day in the process of all this that I've gone through. I have not missed a day. And so I crossed the 1,000 mark on my likes. People like my art, you know what I mean? I get an average of like 7 likes per piece or something like that. Some of my pieces do a little better than others, but I crossed the 1,000 mark. So that's a really big deal for myself, in the sense that I'm not really an artist. I just started doing this 2 years ago. And then for me to be in a position to where people are acknowledging me as an artist is kind of surreal, since I'm already so late in life. At 39 years of age, you know, I never knew of myself as an artist. So that's really what it comes down to, just seeing the Lord working in my life in that way, and you know, just ultimately finding peace in what it is that I ultimately do as a pastime now, which is drawing when I feel, or whatever way I feel. And now it's time to start taking that, for which is confidence, and turn it into something that I can really use. Maybe take it to a different level and start giving people what I have, maybe in art projects, what am I trying to say? galleries and stuff like that, get myself an art gallery, maybe start investing as soon as I'm able to in the process of getting an art website or something for myself, and various stuff that I do. BDF, start attaching it to it. So that's really what it is, man. I post on Pixiv as well, which I believe is a Japanese-based site, and I get like an average of like 30 views on each one of my posts, which gives you, they have you upload 20 pictures at maximum for each post. So I, of course, with so many, use that up each and every time. And you can check me out over there too, BDF44 on Pixiv, Pixiv. They have their own app, and a lot of what they do is like you know, I don't think I've ever said this word right, but manga, M-A-N-G-A, art, like Japanese, y'all know what it is, y'all know it more than me, but it is what it is. That's the site that I post my stuff on, and about 30 people, 25, 30 people really view what I have. Not too many likes, but they be looking, so that's good enough for me. Just raising awareness and being consistent. And of course, Art Deviant is where I posted a good portion of what I have, although some of that stuff is duplicated, because when you have as many as I have, you forget what all you've posted, but it doesn't matter. I got over 4,000 pieces posted there, with still about 3,000 more to share on Art Deviant. So, I'm trying to raise awareness in my art aspect of things, and now I've come to the conclusion on Art Deviant that people really like my CD art. For whatever reason, I don't equate the two. It's like, okay, I do my regular art and then I have the CD art that's attached to my playlist. But when I started posting CD art, it gets even better reaction. And so for me, it's like, that's not abnormal, having art being done on CDs, because I grew up making, burning CDs. And of course I did art on that growing up, just to label it so I have it for myself. So people think that's really innovative, but it's not to me, because I grew up doing that, and so did a lot of people I knew, as kids. Now that people don't use CDs anymore, it doesn't matter to me, because I'm doing the playlist, and that's how I do the art for the playlist themselves. I still put it on CDs, because that's what I grew up doing. I still have use for CDs, even though we don't play them anymore. Then our art canvas is for me to use. So every time I post one of those, it's like, oh my God, that's so innovative. Oh my God, you can really do art on anything. I'm like, yeah, you can. And from there, I end up posting the links to my playlist. So hopefully that can kind of get some people over from there to start to be aware of what it is I'm doing musically as well. And so I've been adding links to those playlists, art pieces on Art Deviant. From here on out, I'm gonna start putting those links on there so that people can click on that and then listen to the music I put together as well. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. Even though I'm not necessarily making a dime doing it, I'm raising awareness for myself. You know what I mean? And then there's gonna be some people that may be a fan of what it is that I do. Maybe I'll start running into some of you guys who finally, recognize me from what it is that I'm doing here, since I'm flooding the YouTube with all sorts of content. My boy Naeem was like, you leave a lot of content, man. I'm like, yeah, bro, I've been doing this for years, and I post all day long, every day, basically. So that's what it is. I'm never gonna cheat you out of content. If my phone is on, I find peace in this. So it ain't hard for me to give y'all content. Last night, I did my little Rockets video. It wasn't little at all. I spoke for about 45 minutes about the team, but I can do that at any time too. I can access my understanding of basketball, NBA basketball, at any moment. Probably just do a random video today later on a different team if I feel like it. But that's what it is, man. Nothing makes any money, but I'm gonna ultimately eventually have it so that people know what it is I'm good at, and hopefully leave behind a legacy that can make some money at some point. Yeah, so that's what it's about, man. Not really off the money grab. I'm more so about getting better at what I do, calming this very, very frustrating mind of mine, and with all the different things that the Lord has given it the ability to do. And I need to also reinvent myself as an artist as well. I mean, a poet as well, because that's also one of my gifts. As you can probably tell by the way I articulate things in this video without any script, poetry comes very easy to me. Rhyming comes very easy to me. Although I've never been any good at rapping. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I can rap. But if I try to sit down and write a rap, it's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. So that's the language comes to me easy. Well, the English language does anyway. But I don't spell very well. That's a funny thing. I could speak. Yeah, I articulate. When you want me to spell, some of these words I can't spell worth a damn. I'll tell you the truth. Because I didn't really actually go to school very much. If y'all know of me in regards to my history, I had anxiety about every damn thing when I was a child, and convincing myself to go to school was just as difficult as convincing myself to go to work now. It's the same problem. You know, I always tell people, I joke about, it's amazing I even speak the language, given how little school I actually experienced in life. I would go, but I put my head down when they were teaching something. A lot of times, especially during math, I put my head down. I protested math when I was a child. I hated all things having to do with school when I was a kid. So it's amazing that I can even do the things that I can. But yeah, that's part of being the person I am, man. Just, I don't really understand what the Lord has done with me in regards to giving me so much and yet making it so that I don't have a damn dime to show for it. I don't understand it. Why it's so easy for me to do one-take videos, but can't seem to bring myself to get a job or stay there when I do get one. I hate it so much, y'all. That's the sad thing about it. I hate everything that has to do with adhering to other people's stuff. You know, having to answer to some guy, being there on time, putting on your uniform. I mean, I loathe it about as bad as I hate death. I kid you not. And that's why I haven't gotten a job. That's why I haven't done anything that makes me any money. Because everything having to do with chasing money, it makes me very unhappy. And I think it's because I'm such a massive creative that in my mind wants to do this. When it's time for me to turn on the camera, I don't want nobody in the way of that. That's what the problem was when I was working in Santa Monica. I would go hide out and try to do my little videos, and then somebody would come in and interrupt me. I'm like, yo, I don't give a damn about what y'all talking about. I don't prioritize this dollar that you want me to make over what it is that I'm ultimately leaving here for my legacy. I don't care about your agenda because the Lord has given me so much in my head that I need to take up all the time that I'm alive to do this. And so that's what it is that I'm ultimately warring with at all times. I wasn't warring with that as a kid because I didn't know I could do any of this. When I was a child, all I wanted to do was play video games. It was when the video games was removed from my life that I was able to realize all the different creative things that I could do. But just the same, I knew I didn't want to be doing the stuff you wanted me to do as it pertains to adhering to your schedule, your rhythms, and various different stuff that y'all do to make money and valuing money over various things. I don't care about none of that. I promise you I don't. I'm looking straight past the times I'm in, and I'm leaving something here that's supposed to last thousands of years. I kid you not. Every video I make, I expect to be heard by people who ain't even on this planet 1,000 years from now. Kid you not. I didn't think about 2023. 2023 is a throwaway year as far as I can tell. Everything having to do with this year, as far as I can tell, is either a money grab or attention grab or some low frequency nonsense. And I'm just not of it. I'm not of it. I'm way ahead of this time. And that's exactly how I live. So if I gotta spend any of this time, 7-8 hours a day, $15 an hour to keep myself going, it's hard convincing me to do that. Because I know I can be turning on the camera and giving y'all the real. And I can't do that if I'm working at Target. I can't do that if I'm a security guard. I can't do that if I'm sitting back looking around, all this type of stuff that you have to do when you're working. I hate it all. I hate it more than anything I can express to you. So that's why I don't have anything, because I wasn't born with a silver spoon. And everything having to do with doing this type of stuff, it's just basically against my spirit. I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm sure I can, man. Let me have a second. Hold on, now let me do right here. I hear you, man. God bless you, brother.
God bless you.
All right, man. So yeah, that's what it is, man. About to go in here, grab myself some food. You know, come back out. It's starting to get a little hotter. I ain't gonna lie, the heat is starting to beam, but that's what it is, man. Trying to make it. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching.